Hey everyone, my name is Robert Lamb, and I'm the writer and producer of Atlas Avenue Beat and Seven Lamb Productions in general. Basically, I want to do a end of the season recap, just a real short one, kind of talk about Atlas Avenue Beat Season 1. We've gotten some tweets and emails of people asking us about Atlas, and I'm going to explain a few things. Atlas Avenue Beat is a remake of another podcast that I was a part of 3 years ago. It was called Doppel Avenue Hurt. So a lot of people who have seen that suggested on iTunes as another film noir podcast, film noir spoof podcast. They say it sounds really similar to Atlas. Well, that's because it is pretty much the same show. I worked on Doppel Avenue Hurt with a couple of friends. I think we started in 2014, and we created Doppel Avenue Hurt, which was going to be our spoof film noir that followed our detective or private investigator, James Keyes. Get it? You will in a minute. James Keyes was the private eye, and basically each season would follow a new case. We didn't get past season 2. I think I released a couple episodes in season 3, but after that, my friends who I was working with, we found out we just didn't have enough time to create more seasons and more episodes of Doppel Avenue Hurt. Eventually, I decided I wanted to keep doing audio dramas. I like producing, I like writing, I like editing, I like doing it all. So I wanted to keep going with audio drama production. So I told them, hey, if you guys don't have time, that's fine, but I'm going to go my own way and do some more audio dramas. So what I did was I left Doppel Avenue Hurt under the old production company umbrella Shark Dropper Studios, which was our name then, and I left it with them, and I went my own way. And when I went my own way, I took a couple of the audio dramas we were working on at the time, including Paralyzed and End of All Hope. So if you listen to Atlas Avenue Beat, but you've seen suggestions on iTunes or wherever you listen to Atlas, you might see like End of All Hope or Paralyzed. That's our podcasts as well. That's Seven Lamb Productions podcasts. Basically, I write all of them, and then I try to, get enough people to come in and voice characters and stuff like that. And now I've taken control of it, and that's why I was like, you know what? I wrote Doppel Avenue Hurt. I like the story. I like detective dramas. I like film noirs. I like spoof comedy. So I wanted to keep going with that, but I felt it wasn't right if I took Doppel Avenue Hurt because so many people had their hands in it. Like, I didn't edit Doppel. That was a friend of mine. I didn't. The star of Doppel didn't have time to record anymore, so I just felt, it wasn't right to take that one as well as the other ones I took. I do all the editing with Paralyzed and most of the editing with End of All Hope, so I felt kind of okay with that since I was writing and editing those. With Atlas, the reason why I started Atlas was because I wanted to continue the story of this character, James Keyes, and continue doing season after season, because each season could be its own case, and I liked the characters in Doppel Avenue Hurt, and I was like, you know what, I want to do this again. I think what I'll do is I'll remake it, and I'll take it into a different direction, different from Doppel when it got into the later seasons. That way, if I ever did go back to Doppel Avenue Hurt, or my friends were like, hey, let's get back together, which we've talked about, every once in a while about coming back to it, we could always release it, and I could write a completely different season 3 for Doppel Avenue Hurt. But in the meantime, I was like, I'm going to take Atlas Avenue Beat. I spent all this time writing, 2 full seasons plus side episodes. I was like, I'm just going to take those, redo them, and re-release them, and I changed the title, Atlas Avenue Beat. I kind of made it a spoofy title of Doppel Avenue Hurt too, in the sense that I really only changed a couple of things from Doppel. including the lead character, James Keyes, is now James Locke. And that, along with Atlas Avenue being, in the title, and instead of it being, what was it? Brentwood Heights was the city. Now it's Kenneth Heights. So other than that, most of the things that carry on through the story are the same. When I started Atlas Avenue Beat Season 1, I did go through it, and I changed some of the dialogue, and I added a few more jokes here and there, but overall, it's going to be exactly the same as Doppel Avenue Hurt, Season 1. I took over editing for it until I met an editor on Reddit who helped me out, and Dylan did a fantastic job that he ended up editing, I think, the last 4 or 5 episodes. I don't know for sure if he's coming back for Season 2. I hope so. I think he will. He says he likes editing for it, so that'll take a lot off my plate where I can just concentrate on writing. Doppel ended after Season 2, and I really want to take Atlas Avenue Beat, past Season 3, 4, 5, however many stories I can come up with. I want to keep it going. I do also want to talk about the main change of Atlas Avenue Beat is that the lead character, Locke, is played by a different voice actor who's a friend of mine named Jack Austin. He took over as the main character. He's been voicing the character. He kind of looked for he looked to Leslie Nielsen from Naked Gun as kind of inspiration for the way he talked. I liked it, so I said, continue with it, and he has. Jack Austin couldn't be here along with the other voice actors. Usually when I do a recap, if you've listened to other podcasts that we produce here at Seven Lamb, I like to get some of the voice actors in here or editors to kind of talk about the show in general. But because I'm kind of recapping Doppel Avenue Hurt, I just felt like they've already been part of a recap before. Let me just do it by myself, kind of talk about what the differences are, and just keep this a short little behind-the-scenes episode. So Jack Austin took over for Locke, the main character, but Edith and Paul, who were fan favorites in Doppel Avenue Hurt, I kept them the same. And in fact, I used some of the same voice recordings from Doppel, which were really old and recorded on a cheaper mic at the time. I fixed up the dialogue a little bit, but if there was a new line that I wrote into the new season of Atlas, then I did have to have them come in and record that. But most of the first, I want to say 3 or 4 episodes were taken from the old recordings from Doppel. Amy LeRae plays Edith, and Jose Caraballo plays Paul, and both of them said that they were down to record new episodes and a new show basically with Atlas, because I told them I wanted it to continue, and they said that they were down for that. So hopefully they stick around for the many seasons that hopefully come after our initial season right here. So those were the main characters. Lorraine is the same voice actor, Shannon McCarthy. Then I had a couple other ones come back from Doppel Avenue Hurt, but for the most part, I did get some new voice actors. They came in, and now that we're done with Season 1, I've been really pushing for Season 2. I rewrote some of the episodes, got it all together. It is going to be similar to Doppel Avenue Hurt, same story and everything, but I did get some new voice actors, and we're going to see how that plays out. I think I got some really good talent, and I'm looking forward to editing those and seeing how Season 2 turns out, because Season 2 of Doppel was, I thought, amazingly edited. So I'm hoping that maybe we can, take some lessons from that and keep it sharp and witty and sounding really good. I don't know. Anyways, so Season 2 is going to be releasing soon, but before Season 2 and after this recap, I'm going to release a couple of short stories. The first one's going to be Edith. Again, this is similar to the ones released on the Doppel feed. But there's going to be a Edith short story, a Barry short story. Those will both be releasing. Well, Edith is going to be releasing this weekend. It's going to start releasing. There's 3 episodes. And then Barry will release after that. And then we will start season 2. And I'm hoping to get season 2 on a pretty good schedule where you won't have to wait long for the episodes, because we did start slacking near the end of season 1 of Atlas. But now that we have most of the voice recordings done and everything's already written, we can go right into editing. Now, editing takes a long time, so we'll see how fast we can get it out. But I'm hoping to stick to at least a 2-week release schedule. If we're lucky, a 1-week release schedule, but I won't stick. Don't hold me to that. It takes a long time to edit, and because we have so many shows going on here at Seven Lamb Productions, it's really hard to keep up on it. So we'll try our hardest. Let's see what else I wanted to talk about. I am going to have some bloopers available on Patreon. If you'd like to go to Patreon, you can go to it's patreon.com/7lamb, or you can just search 7lamb in the search bar. And we have a lot of stuff up there right now. Depending on how much you donate, there's different tiers. You can get a lot of bonus content, including bloopers, or you can see the scripts, or you can hear some more about Doppel Avenue Hurt. I think, yeah, and then if you donate more, you'll get like earlier releases, episodes without ads, stuff like that. But you can also just donate $1 a month, and it definitely helps us out. So if you'd like to help us out, go to patreon.com/7lamb. And like I said, you can donate as little as $1 a month. And it definitely helps us out because sound effects, music, voice talent, it all costs a lot of money. I guess that's pretty much it. I wasn't going to talk about the story too much. Obviously, if you're listening to this, I'm assuming you listened to season 1. Season 1 is just following Locke on his, new case that he got, a new and exciting case. There's a lot of twists and turns, and I'm hoping, that'll carry over into season 2, including new characters that show up as well. And like I said, it's going to be pretty similar to Doppel, so there's not going to be a lot of changes with season 2. But season 3, I'm actually writing right now, so we got a lot going. So I'm hoping to get onto a real schedule so people don't have to wait, because I know people have emailed me asking about releases, and I'm trying to get back on it and trying to remain consistent. Consistency is key. So yeah, anyways, I guess that's it for this recap. This was more of an explanation of Atlas to Doppel rather than a full-on season 1 recap. But if you enjoy the voice actors or you enjoy this audio drama, definitely check out our other audio dramas as well. We produce a bunch here at 7lamb. We got Paralyzed is our horror fiction. End of All Hope is our sci-fi apocalyptic tale. We got Cop Doctors is another ridiculous spoof. So is Chair of Swords. We haven't released a new episode of Chair of Swords in a while, but we're going to release a season 2 soon. That's just a spoof of Game of Thrones. We also have Story, which is a drama. Well, it's a dramedy. There's comedic elements to it, and that one's been doing really well too, and that one's going to wrap up season 1 very soon. So definitely check those out. If you'd like to, you can rate and review this podcast wherever you listen to it. Give us 5 stars. It helps us out. It helps spread the word. You don't even have to write a review. Just give us the 5 stars. That's all we need. And we do appreciate everybody who listens. We like producing this stuff. All the voice actors love doing this stuff. If you follow us on Instagram, you can see the pictures that we take here in this small-ass studio that we have. We record in Florida, so it gets super hot, but everybody seems to have a good time doing it. And you can also follow us on Facebook, facebook.com/7lamb podcasts. And that 7lamb podcast is on Twitter and Instagram as well. We try to update more. I'm going to try to keep up and like let people know when episodes are going to be releasing, especially for Atlas, since we're going to be entering season 2 soon. But like I said, the Edith short story will be out this weekend. It'll start releasing this weekend, and then there's 3 episodes to that. So look forward to that. And I guess that's it for this episode. Thanks to everyone who has been listening. We really appreciate it. And we look forward to, hopefully, with season 2 recap, I'll have a few more people with me, and we'll actually talk about the show in general and the storyline and where we'll be taking it. Anyways, thanks for listening, and stay tuned for the next episode of Atlas Avenue Beat. This has been a Seven Lamb production.